Hey y'all. Okay. Let me just check and make sure everything's working. So I am a couple minutes early, but I just want to have time to check everything out. Okay. Da-da. There it is. Oh, this side. Okay, yes. Looks like we're live. Alright, so that one's working. Hold on, let me check the other, make sure it's good. Okay. Okay. Look. There. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm just making sure everything is working. Yes, that's working. Okay, good. Now one more thing to check and then we should be good. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm just making sure everything's recording correctly so that if you don't get to watch it live, you'll be able to go back and watch it. Let's see. Looks like everything's working. All right, I think we're ready to go. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? Are we excited? I'm excited. Y'all excited? Okay. Our first project is gonna be something I've never done. I've never shown y'all. Pretty positive I've never done it in the group either. So, it's gonna be fun. Everything's gonna be fun, right? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take this block of wood and we're going to make this into a table tree, a little Christmas tree, a table Christmas tree. Now, it doesn't have to be a block. You could use a container of any kind. I just think it's fun to do the block because it's different and it's gonna make it look like, you know, like a little block of a tree or something. Okay. Since it is wood, we do need to stain it. So, y'all know I don't really like stain. If y'all didn't know that, I really don't like stain. So I tend to like to use my cheap method, right? So I just have brown acrylic paint on here. I take a baby wipe and I'm just gonna run it across here. Now, one thing I want to say, you see this where it has a number on it? Anytime you see that, you want to try to get that off. So I just get that off, at least so it doesn't show through. Okay, there we go. So you see how when you wipe this on, it looks like stain? If you don't have baby wipes, just dampen a towel. You don't want it to be soaking wet, but you want it to be wet enough that it's gonna spread that paint. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna show you the kind of swag you should use and the kind you really kind of shouldn't. Oh, that's weird. So do you have sound now? I wonder if I wasn't talking loud enough. Was I talking too low? Okay. There we go. Here we go. The great thing about this method is it dries quickly, doesn't use very much paint. So you can see we covered all of it. We haven't used that much paint. So this is why I like it, because to me it's like a cheat. Like a good cheat, a hack, a stain hack. Okay. Okay, there we go. I do want to do the bottom as well, or this is the top. I guess this is the top. Once I get this done, then I'm going to show you the swags. Okay. So you can do this with a block of wood. This, of course, is the cheapest way because it's just a little block of wood. No, I didn't adjust anything. I might have adjusted my speaking volume. If you can't hear me, go out and come back in. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a paper towel and just kind of wipe it off real quick. Honestly, it's already dry. Can you see? Whoop, I see a spot I missed. There we go. All right. So you see it's already dry. And it does dry that fast. All right, if this is gonna go outside, you're gonna have to seal it, all right? I like to use, where is it? Where is my, oh, well, it's polyacrylic. I like to use polyacrylic, okay? Now, you can also take another piece and mount this on here. I think this looks super cute. I'm not going to do this because it would make it so tall y'all wouldn't be able to see what I was doing. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go through the different kinds of swags that you can use. This is a 24 inch. This is the one we're going to use. So you want a swag that has a decent amount of leaves or evergreen pieces on it. You see how this one, it's a teardrop shape. So that's what you want. You want the teardrop shape. So that's the most important. Okay? Because that's what's going to help us give the tree effect. Because you know, those little trees are expensive. Swags aren't that expensive. And you can easily make them into little trees. So this is the 24 inch, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spread it out. Oh, good. This is another teardrop, but this is what I want you to see. So this one here, would not be the best tree. I mean, you could use it. So it really just depends on what you have. You could use any one you want. This one is just going to give a very different look. It actually has enough. So yeah, it does. What you want to do is make sure when you're pulling it out that it has enough volume so that you could spread it out and make it look like a tree. You also want to work with one that's not extraordinarily heavy, because remember what you'll be doing with it. It's also helpful if it has some kind of end that you're going to be able to put into a container or a block. Okay, so this one is also 24-inch. It's a teardrop. And y'all, you can find these things anywhere, right? Okay. Then I have, and I'm telling you this because if you have to do a craft show, buying one of those trees is so expensive. You know, the little trees. So you can just go buy a swag and turn it into a tree by using this, okay? Or for your home. Now this one here is a 36, I think. 48. Y'all, this is a 48-inch swag, okay? So this I could put in something like this, and I could make it into an actual tree. Okay, depending on, you know, how tall you make your base, you could make it a pretty decent tree. And you can use these just like you would a regular tree. And we're going to go through how you can kind of add some extra in it to fill it in if it's not real full. So we can take this, and we will later. I'm actually going to take it and put it on a base. But I'm not going to show you the base part because it's going to be the same as this. And then we're going to decorate this just like a tree. So one of the reasons I like to do this is because carrying those trees in to your craft fair or whatever, when you have, like when you have a space, the space is limited, it's heavy to carry things in, and it's so much easier to take this because it's one piece and it's not as heavy as like a real tree. So it just makes more sense. And you know, if you had a small home or something, this works really well. Okay. I feel weird, you know, talking to not my face. All right, now, so we're going to take our block and we're going to drill a hole in it. Where is my drill? Oh, right there. Okay. So you want to kind of figure out how deep you want to drill your hole. And you want to figure out how wide. Don't be afraid of tools, y'all. Don't be afraid. So I want something that's as wide as that, okay, that's gonna make sure it goes in. I want to go about this far, so I can just take a pencil, kind of mark it, and then I can just kind of eyeball it to see. Okay. They are hot and heavy talking on text, y'all. All right, so this is how you figure out which size to use. Okay. Put it up against and just see if that looks. See, I think this is the appropriate size. So this is the size we're going to use. This is a 1/2 inch drill bit. I'm not worried if it's big because we can put some styrofoam down in there. And don't worry, it's not going to run off on me. Oh, the shavings. All right, let's see if I did it far enough down. Ha ha, look at that. That's pretty good. Okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna lift y'all up. Okay. Okay. How many of y'all have used power tools? Maybe I should say, how many of you have not used power tools? Have any of you not used power tools? Okay, so you don't really need to see the base because there's really nothing exciting on the base. I might actually, so you can see about how far in I went. I am going to take it and kind of move it around a little. And what that does is just make the opening a little bit larger. So what I did is I just kind of went like this. But me too. You've never used one? They're so easy. There's my Share Bear. All right. Yep, I will add y'all, don't worry. All right, I'm gonna take a little stick. Let's see. You okay back there, Bella? Okay, and I'm gonna put some glue down in here, right down in that hole. Okay. So I have a big little glob of glue in there. And I'm gonna push it down like that. Make sure it's in there. All right, now we're going to spread it out. So this is just like when you put up your Christmas tree. You know how when you put up your Christmas tree, you have to kind of spread it out, get it going. Okay, you see how, so it's not going to fall over, but it does work a little better if it has a base. See, then it won't kind of move around a lot. But I didn't want to put the base on it until we decorate it because, whoops, because it's going to make it harder to see. So I just want to kind of spread things out, okay? Try to make it look like it has different layers, just like you would with a tree. And there's little tricks that you can do to make it look fuller. So if you happen to get a swag that doesn't have a lot of good in it, oh, then you'll be able to add some and make it fuller. So, and we're going to decorate it just like a tree. And remember, you can make this as small as you want, right? It just depends on what size you get. I don't like this one because it's kind of sticking out farther than these. So I'm going to fix that. 1/2 inch. It was a 1/2 inch drill bit. I'm just going to trim this off a little bit. But as you can see, it looks very much like a regular little small Christmas tree, doesn't it? Would you know that that's a swag? If I hadn't told you, let me pull that. There we go. So if you hadn't seen me spread this out, would you have thought it was a swag? Okay. Isn't that cute? So this is what we're going to do with it. We're going to make some bows. We're going to put a bow at the top with some ribbon coming down, and we're going to put a bow at the bottom where the base is and have some tails coming down. All right, let me show you the ribbons we have, and I'll show you the stuff we're going to decorate it with. Now, I kind of wanted to go with a red and white theme just for this one. This one is a 24-inch swag. The one on the ground is 48-inch. I have candy stripes, candy stripes. I have this. I love this. It's red velvet, but look at the edge. It's beautiful. So this is a smaller tree, so I want smaller ribbon. I also have this candy cane stripe. Okay, and I have a little bit of the 7/8. No, you're good. 7/8 inch. You could use a 32 inch as well. You sure could. I just thought it would be easier for y'all to see if I use this size. Okay, so I want to do a different bow for the top and a different bow for the bottom. For the bottom, I think I want to do smaller loops. Yeah. So maybe like 3-inch. So like 3-inch loops. I think this would look spectacular on the bottom. So I want this one. Let's see. Let's do like a 7-inch tail. Okay. There we go. So 3-inch loop. There. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to do one with this. I need to stop looking at my watch while they're talking. It's distracting. Okay. There we go. Now. Even though it's a tiny bow, I'm still using my zip tie. I just like them. Although you could use pretty small zip ties with these. Okay. And there is our little thing. Okay. You see how easy and quick this little bow was. There we go. All right. And what I want to do is put wire. I'm going to use some of this wire, the florist wire. It is a 4-inch block, yep. Just like the post that you put on your fence. So I specifically did this size, right? Because a lot of times it's easy to find fence post. Free fence post. So I thought that would be good in case you wanted to try it. All right, so there's bow one. Okay. So 7-inch. 3. 3. Okay, and then see, this has little stuff on the edge. Okay, it's so cute. Okay. So you don't want to do a whole bunch of loops when you're out down at the bottom, because you're not going to see them if you do too many. See, if I put it here, right, if you have too many, you're really going to miss it. You're not going to see it. Okay. Hey, these are really easy to fluff out too, so it's a good bow. It's a good bow to practice with too. The more times you practice, the better your hands get at it, and the more they learn and know. It's like muscle memory. See how cute? That's so cute. Okay. I'm making things fly in the air. Okay. Go down a little bit. Okay. So I'll take this wire and I'll go around like this. Have these kind of hanging down like that. Almost like a little present. Okay, and then I can take it, tie it on. I don't want to tie it so tight that it gets too close to the tree stem, because that's what we have now. We have a tree. I'll just twist it on, clip it off, and then kind of tuck it around the side. See? Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. This time I'm going to have to kind of tie it underneath the first bow. So you can either come around or you can just tie it underneath a couple of times. Okay. So I just kind of twist it and then trim it off and tuck it back around. There we go. See how cute that is? Look at that. And there's a lot you can do with this too. You could put like a little sticker on it, or a little something with your Cricut. There's just a lot of things you can do with it. All right, now we're gonna do a bow for the top. Awesome. Okay. I really like this ribbon a lot. I wanted to show this ribbon because sometimes it's easy to get a ribbon really close to this from Sam's. So it's kind of similar to this one as well. This one has little glitter in it. Alright. I don't want especially long tails because we're going to kind of do swoops. So let's see. Alright, about 8 inches. Won't drop these 2 in the floor. Alright. I'm going to put these together. Okay. We're going to do them at the same time. Okay. So about 7 inches, just like we did at the bottom. We'll do like 5 inch. Okay, 5. Okay, another 5. 5. Okay, then we're going to go to 4 inch. There. Okay. Then 3. There we go. Okay. I love putting 2 ribbons together because when I do that, then I don't have to do it twice, and I can just pull them out and get a double bow, right? So twice as many. Okay. We're going to use this on the top as well. Okay. Alright, so see, there's our indentation. It's really easy to see. So slide it over. And then just stop for a minute, pull everything flat like this so that you can make sure it stays in that indentation. So you can see where that wire is hitting where that indentation is. So you want to check both sides because sometimes that ribbon will move. That's how you make sure it's not going to do that. Okay. So even as I'm tightening, I'm just double checking and making sure. Okay. Now, here's how you do this bow. Okay. You take your hands, you go inside, and you pull the 2 pieces out, just like that. Again, but you're going to pull the opposite direction, like this. See, and with half the effort, you got twice the bow. This one right here is very thin, but the one I was using was 18 gauge. So there we go. Don't be afraid to pull on your bows when you are fluffing them out. That's a big part of it, is the pulling on it. Okay, now we can kind of twist and make sure it's fluffy. Okay, let's trim this off. Okay. All right, now, there's two ways you can do this, okay? One is you can put it on the top and just have it on the top, or you can pull the tails down. That's weird. Okay. Tie it here. Actually, let's tie it down just a little. Right in there. And then we're going to make one for the other side. Same kind. So sometimes I like to do one bow at the very top. Most of the time, I like to do one bow on each side. Then no matter which way you're looking at the tree, you're gonna see the bow. Isn't that pretty? We can spread out our little tails here. That. See? All right, so we're gonna do one for the other side. Down. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. Okay. So 7-inch. Okay. So 5. Let's do 5. We want to make it the same. When you're doing 2 at the top, you definitely want to make them the same. Okay, 5. The trick is to keep the ribbons together and just pretend like it's one ribbon. Okay. There. Then 4. Let me make sure I get it out to the 4 here. Yep. Okay. Okay, 4. I'm just kind of hovering over the 4 to make sure I've got it. And I'll tell you, the trick to ribbon is to make sure you pull out enough. That's what makes it easier. Pull out enough so you're not struggling with it. And do it before you get ready to do your loop. Okay, there's our 3. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh. Okay. There. Okay, pull it out. There's our indention. So hold, slide it around, then do your check. See, just make it flat because that's how you want it to look so you can see. Check both sides. Then you can put your little wire through and tighten it. That little wire wants to move on me. Most important thing is to keep everything in line. Okay. Now, we'll start to pull apart. And I'm doing opposites. If I end up with too many, I'll just switch them out. Like that. Like too many in a row. No, let's go this way. There we go. Okay, and then this way. And for the middle, I usually put one going this way and one going this way, just to kind of keep them separated. Okay. Well, let's go this way. See how I've got them kind of this way and this way. All right. So now we're gonna twist and fluff this sucker out. Remember, when you're fluffing, you're getting those little pieces that are jammed down in there to fluff out. Because they're not going to want to. They're going to want to stay in there. You just have to tell it who's boss. You're the boss. They're not the boss. There we go. Let's get this off. I hope I don't make y'all dizzy with all this up and down. It should be pretty much just up now. Okay, so slide it around. Here's where I tied the first one on. I want to make sure I get it on there good and tight. Like this. I'll twist it and then I'll kind of twist it around the top. That way, if I decide to change things out, I can take this off and I can store it somewhere and it won't be tied too tight. Okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Twist it around. There we go. Now, gotta make sure everything's good. There we go. Coat. There we go. See? So no matter where you look, you're gonna have ribbon to look at. Part of a bow. There we go. So I like that because then if you decide to put this like on a table, then it's going to look correct. All right, we're going to come down a little. No, this way. And this way. No, this way. Y'all, it is hard to figure this out because it is kind of like backwards. Okay, now. Now what we can do is we'll put some little pieces in. All right, let's see here. So what I do is I take it, I'm gonna pinch it. I want a little piece up like this. I'm gonna come up under the bow, tie it on with the stem. You see how it has that piece up? Now kind of pull that down a little bit so it kind of looks like a tail. And then I will about this far. I'm gonna pinch right in there. Okay. One more time. Right in here. There we go. I'm not even sure how long I cut that. Let's see. Probably about, maybe like right out of yard. Let's see. So pinch. Go up under the bow. Find a piece. Put that tail down. Then go about like this. Okay, pinch that piece in. Yeah, I don't think you needed quite a yard. Okay, you can go straight down, you can go to the side. It really just depends on how you want it to look. There's no right or wrong way. And then you just trim it off, okay? Okay, I'll do one here and one there. Okay, so not quite a yard, but kind of close. Okay. Okay, like that. All right. Come down. I'm doing it right at the end. And it's totally okay if the ribbon starts to twist a little bit. It's not going to make it look bad. It's just going to make it look cute. See? Okay. There's no right or wrong way. We're going to do one right there. And then we're going to start decorating it. Hey Z, I gotta show you something. Hold on. Let me set this aside. Z, look. Gumdrops. Where's the other one? Hold on. Where's the other one? Look at that one. Can you see it? It's got little colory things on it. All right. Yeah. We are making, now do you get it, Z? I think Z was struggling when I was telling her what I was going to do. She's like, I don't get it. Do you get it now? Okay. There we go. There. Okay. So we got our little ribbons on. I thought you might like the sprinkles. What did she say? Wait, what did she say that I just missed? Pepto-Bismol. That's hilarious. Okay. Hold on. I had to go back up and see what she said. Hold on. I have to see. Yeah, she thinks she's going to go paint the marketplace pink, but that's not happening. Oh, why didn't I spray paint the tree pink? Oh, no. That would be a little bit too much paint for me. Besides, I want more like a candy cane. All right, so I got these from Carolina Pottery. So anything like this, okay, and you can definitely get it in green, can fill out a tree that looks kind of bare. So you see how you can really see in there? Anything like this is really gonna help. So these were $3.99, and it is 735977608 and they have it in white, red, and green. Okay. So these are really pretty. Look at these. They're like little palm leaves with glitter. So I have white. All right. There. See how easy that came apart? I got 2 white and I got 2 red. I got 2 green, but we're not going to put the green in. And I'll show you what else you can do. Okay. Now I just want to put these in, but let me show you. On Amazon, they have these. I'm going to show them to you. And you can add these in to fill in your tree. Oh. Okay. These are little palm leaves. And I'll see if I can find the links to put in there for y'all. And you see how when you put this in, how it starts to fill in your tree. They have all different kinds of these that you can get to fill in your tree. And let me tell you, when I was at Carolina Pottery, I was looking at the swags and I was looking at the evergreens, and they'll take a regular evergreen and they'll put pieces like this in it and they'll charge twice as much. And these are not expensive. So, just so you know. Okay, so we have the white and the red. Okay. Okay. See how easy that came apart? And they're not bad. I mean, $3.99 you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So that's a lot. That's pretty good. That's about what you can expect. Okay. Then I found, look at these. They're so cute. Look how cute that is. It's got all kinds of little pepperminty things on it. Okay, this one was a whole whopping $1.79. Hold on, let me get the number. Okay, XP 551463-102. Okay, so let me put these aside so I can list those out. Okay. Let me put away the pink. Then I've got these. Now, I'm not going to use the green ones. We're actually going to use the green ones in the big tree we're going to do. The big tree is going to have a different kind of base, y'all. These were $5.99, which I think is kind of expensive, but they're so cute. I don't care. CP 84756SP26. Set that. Where'd I put them? Right there. Okay. So I'll take these off. Okay. We're going to keep the green ones. You're in ornament heaven. Ornament. Say it with me now. Ornament. I'm going to get her saying ornament. because I'm not saying the other. Okay. There. All right, so that. Wait till you see this one. This one's really cute. Okay. So remember, we'll keep these to use. I like the paper stuff. It comes off easy. Okay. Alrighty. I've got white little, I guess these are kind of balls on a stick. This is a glittered berry spray. So, I don't know if I got this in red or not. 133153. And these all came from Carolina Pottery. And you can get their stuff online. This one, I really like this one. What is she doing? Oh. Isn't that one cute? And this one has the little things that you can kind of pull out. I love stuff like that. It makes it easier when you're doing something like this. Okay, this one was X23529. RDWT, I guess red, white. Because they had it in different colors. They had black and white. I think they had red, white, and green. I think they had tan and white. Yeah, they have an online store as well. No, they're not closed. There's quite a few locations, actually. Alright. I've got a second one of these. Cute little pickies. Okay. Let me see if I got... Oh, see, this is the red. This was the red, white, and green one. Isn't that cute? Let me see if I did get red. Here. Oh, look at this one. How cute is this one? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I did. I did get the red berry, glittered berry pick. I thought I did. Okay. So with these really cute things, we'll save these for the end, because what you can do is put them in the top and turn it into, you know, the little thing that you put at the top of the trees. So you don't need as much when you have a smaller tree. Aren't they cute? All right, I've got one of each of these. How many of y'all have ever done like lots of bows on your tree? I remember back when it was, at one time, it was really popular to put bows on your trees. I spent hours tying little mini bows on my tree. That's why I can make the mini bows so well, because I did hours of it. It was really cute though. I wonder if I have a picture of that. Of course, that was before, pretty sure that was before Facebook, so it would probably be like a picture. Okay. All right. So we're going to take these, clip them off. I want to dip them in my glue because I want it to be permanent. And I'm going to put it in. I want to put it in between, kind of in between my little pieces here. So it'll start to fill in. I have to make sure I'm hitting this base really well with that glue. Okay. Okay. I'm just trimming them off so I can. Now the ones on the bottom, I'm gonna leave a little longer because I want to make sure I can get to that base and push it against that base and make sure I'm getting it glued in there well. There we go. There. Okay. I'll put one on the other side. And right in here. I'm just kind of using my hand to make sure I've got it touching the base. There. If you have your glue set at the right temperature, you'll feel that it's hot, but it's not going to burn you. Okay? If it's burning you and if it hurts or it makes a little mark, it's too stinking hot. Turn it down. You just need it. Once you get your glue melted, you basically just want it at the warm setting. Okay, so don't make it terrible. Yeah, I try not to even go on that side of town because I feel compelled to go in that door. But I'll tell you what, the one that's here is not nearly as good as the one that's in Augusta. So I just don't go to Augusta very often, and then I don't get in trouble too much. Because they have stuff none of my wholesalers have. So I try not to go there too often. Although you can, if you sign up, if you have a sales tax license, you can get your stuff sales, no sales tax. Yeah, drill the hole in the block. Now when we do the other one, we're going to use a different method. So then y'all can see kind of the different ways to do it. Okay, let's see these. Okay. Remember when you're gluing, you are putting it into that evergreen. So make sure you're hitting that base really well, because that's where the glue will stay. Oh, that's so cute already. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go around, alternating my colors. Okay. Let's see, like right in here. There. Put a little red in between those. Right in here. There. All right. This one has a longer one. I think I'll put this one. So. I have two reds on the bottom down here. I'm going to put this white on there. Okay. And we just keep going up, adding them in, and then we can kind of go back and fill in where we see we need some. Okay. See, I'm going all the way to the base and pushing it right on that piece that's wound around the center. What is it, Miss Belly? Okay. Okay. See, right in there. She says, I'm sacked out. Is anybody doing Monday? I couldn't remember if we have someone Monday. Okay, right up here, right there. Right in here. There. See, it has a pretty good amount. These were definitely a good pick. Okay. I'm gonna put the white one right in here. Okay, so we used all of these. I knew we would. Let's put this one right up in here. There. So see, this will help fill in anywhere where we don't have as much greenery in it. Okay. These right here, you can either keep them as one or separate them. I think we're actually going to separate them. Oh no! Have you been checked to see why it's doing that? That happened to me when I found out I had type 2 diabetes. That's what was happening. I felt sick every time I ate. It was miserable. Okay. This way I can spread it out. Okay. I want to put some of these larger ones kind of down in the bottom here. You see that? Okay. There. Oh, that's so cute. See, and I like these because you can make them kind of stand up. Then they can really fill in holes. See, like right in here, there's kind of a hole right there. So now we've got something in there. All right, there's kind of a hole in here. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, these are so cute. Look at these. Okay, in here. Let's see. That. Oh, can't see it. There it is. Whoop. Now I'm going to start putting these in. Okay. Here. There we go. Okay, so some kind of in, some kind of out. And I'm kind of going in places where I don't already have something. So like in there. Okay. right in there. There. I still got this one. Let's put this one on this side. Let's see. Maybe right down in here. Okay. This one. I'm filling in just like you kind of would with a tree. Just trying to make sure I have stuff all the way around, so I just keep twisting it to make sure I'm not missing big areas. Okay, these are cute. Let's put some of these in. Now this is a really nice swag, but some of the swags don't have as much in it. So just remember, if it doesn't have as much in it, then just get some, you can even go to the Dollar Tree and get their little tiny trees and cut pieces off and add it in. Oh no. That's awful. Well, I hope you feel better quick, because that stinks. That's no fun. Okay, just making sure I get it glued in there. Okay. Let's put one in here. And then right in there. Okay. Oh, I want to put one over here. Right in there. Okay. So let's see. We need something in this area. Let's just put plain red. Right in there, maybe. There. I don't want them to be too close together. We still have one of these. Let's see. Let's put this one right in here. Okay. There, like that. Okay. What do you mean what did you miss? Okay. You can also put pine cones in your trees. That looks really cute as well. So there's a lot of things that you can add to your trees that will just set it apart and just make it look so cute. Okay. Right in there. Look how cute this is. Look how cute. I did. I didn't know you left. You know, I can't follow the chat and see what I'm doing at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. I can't see. I don't see what y'all are talking about. One up in here. Can't let the top be missed. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. All right, let's see. Where do we need to put this one? Now we just got little white ones. I can kind of see where there seems like there's a lot of red, and I'll just kind of plop a white in there. Let's see. Right up in here. There we go. This has a white and a red. Separate those. Now you can add more ribbon if you want as well. I don't like to add too much ribbon because I want to see what's in the tree as well. So let's put it right up in here maybe. Have a little something coming out there. There. See, you can put some in, some out. So some kind of towards the center of the tree, and then some, you know, kind of coming out. Then that's going to make the tree appear that it has more depth than it does. Okay, you're so funny. I want to put this one in. Let's put it in right in here. Okay. I was kind of looking for where there's kind of a hole right in here. There we go. There. Okay. I've got 3 pieces left. Then we're going to do the top. Ooh, I'm going to have to sweep in here, y'all. Yeah, I like that too. I like the ribbons to be loopy. Loopy loopy. Okay, we did a little white here. There. Okay. This area looks good. This area looks good. This area. Let's just put a couple up here. Right way up at the top. There we go. There. And this one. Do you feel better now that you know what I was talking about, Z? All right, let's see. So did we decide if somebody is live on Monday? Is somebody live on Monday? Okay, put that up in there. All right, now, let me see. Where did I put my little, hold on. I want to see if I can set this down some so y'all can see how I put the stuff in the top. Okay, so you can see that it has at least 4 distinct pieces. Okay, so I want, you were confused. I know you were. It's okay. I knew what I was talking about. Okay, there. So has anybody ever done this before? Have y'all ever made a little tabletop tree? And you know, these are really great for like doctor's offices and businesses and your house. You know, your dining room table or your kitchen table or any of that. Okay, trim this off. All right. All right, so what you do with the topper is you're going to take it and you're going to shove it down in between the two bows, okay? And you want to alternate these pieces, okay? Okay. So sometimes what I'll do is I will tie it as all one piece and then tie it on, and sometimes I will stick it down in between the bow. It just depends on how tight it is in between the bows. So if it's really tight, I will tie it together and then put it in. Okay. Oh, isn't that cute? It's killing me. Okay, these, I went with this one. Okay. This needs to go in there. Oh, look how cute that is. I'm gonna have some. There we go. Isn't that cute? The wood block is, hold on, I'll tell you because I have another piece. 7 inches tall. They're berries. They are, I'll tell you, a glittered berry spray. That's what it is. Yeah, it's just a glitter berry spray. Now, if you don't want it to be as, you know, flowy, then you would tie them together and put it in as one piece. I like it to be kind of wild. So, yeah. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so if nobody's going live on Monday, which I don't think they are, we're going to go live and we're going to do this. Okay, let me show you. Okay. This is a bottle bouquet. All right, and it can go on any kind of bottle. Now, this is a used wine bottle, but you can use them on any kind of bottle you want. You can put it at the top, you can put it at the bottom, and so you put a little bouquet in there. What, these? I just got a whole bunch of them in. I haven't listed them yet, but we just got a whole bunch in. So you could do them on olive oil. You know, a lot of people like those really nice olive oil things, the bottles. You can put it on anything that's a bottle, honestly. So we're going to do that. And I've got all kinds of fun stuff to put in it. And then we may do one of our bow sessions on Monday. I want to do, so maybe I'll do a poll to see which bows you want to see first, because we need to do the standard bow that I sell. So that's the bows that people put on the outside of their house. Yeah, it would be great for New Year's, right? You could do a champagne bottle with a little, but these here are great gifts for realtors to give their, you know, their customers who buy a house or whatever. So these are a great little item. See, they'll come like this. They're real lightweight. Okay, so we're either going to do we need to do the standard bow with the, and we're going to do it with red velvet, so you know how to do those. And then we're going to do a stairway bow, we're going to do a tree topper bow, and the double bow. Okay, I'll list them tonight. You want to see the tree topper bow first? Okay, we can do that. Yeah, we'll do some wreath bows too, for sure. All right, so you're gonna see all of the designers throughout the week. So make sure you're checking your calendar to see. We all go live somewhere around 6:30 or 7 Eastern Standard Time. So don't worry, we're gonna do all the bows. It's just a matter of which one we do first. So maybe we'll do, because this probably isn't gonna take very long, maybe we'll do this with the tree topper bow and the stairway bow. How about that? That way we kind of have a good variety. And we can do that on Monday, because I'm pretty sure nobody goes live on Monday. Awesome. So when we do this other one, this other swag and make it into a tree, we're actually going to put it in, you know those bases that people put outside to put their flower pots and stuff in? That's what we're going to put that one in to make it into a Christmas tree. So it'll be, you know, something that you can just go somewhere and purchase, and we'll put, you know, foam, or we'll put styrofoam or something in it. You got your pleated ribbon yesterday. Yay! Just in time for us to do the stairway bow. Awesome. Awesome. All right, what'd y'all think? Fun first day? We want to try to do things that are really different that I haven't shown y'all before. So every time we do these, we try to come up with something that's out of the box and different and new, so you can try to do some other stuff. I think that's cute. I think it's fun. Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you guys on Monday. So Monday at 6:30. No, 7. It has to be 7 because I have my call. So we'll do 7. Awesome. Hey, Shantae. Yep. Love y'all. Awesome. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all Monday. And y'all have a good weekend. And make sure you're checking your calendar, okay? Because it's a whole month and don't want to miss anything. Now, if you do, try not to stress about it, because it's all going to be in the training where you signed up for the class. I will. All right. Good night, y'all. I'll see you Monday. Bye, y'all.